Namaham. Namaste devotees and Jai Sita Ram. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to our Sunday morning satsang, this very beautiful April 2nd, 2023. As we commence with our puja for today, devotees, ask that we join together as we go ahead and clasp our hands and close our eyes. We want to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax your spine, drop your shoulders, relax your neck, your forehead, relax your entire body. With your mind and body relaxed, I want you to avoid your thoughts of anything that may be causing you stress or distress, and instead focus on a form of Bhagwan that's most pleasing to you, one that helps you concentrate, one that helps you focus, and join together with me as we chant our opening prayers. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudachyati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyati Ishawasyam Miram Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tina Tyaktina Bhunjitha Magrudhakasya Sudhanam Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. We offer prayers to Prithvi Mata as we bless and sanctify the seat unto which we sit. Om Samutra Vasane Devi Parvatastane Mandite Vishnu Patnim Namastubhyam Parisparsham Kshamaswame. Om Prithvi Tvaya Dratha Loka Devi Tvam Vishnu Nadratha Tvam Shadharyamam Devi Pavitram Kuru Chasanam. Om Shri Prithvi Devaya Namaham. Go ahead and take your seat, Didi. And as you take your seat and as we get ready to perform our puja, we join together to chant this very beautiful bhajan, devotees, as we continue to prepare our minds and our bodies for our puja for today. Jandheri mein hum insan Gyan tha suraj chamkari Bhagwan भथ करे हमरा अधिकारे भगवन राधिकारे खरम खरम पर किरण बिचारे भगवन किरण बिचारे इन अखियन को प्रभु करारे इन अखियन को प्रभु करारे ज्योति से पहचान ज्योति से पहचान आज मेरे में हम इंसान ज्ञान का सूरज चमकारे भगवान तिहारे प्रभु संतान तिहारे तेरे दया के हम अधिकारे प्रभु हे हम अधिकारे दुनिया वे सुखी हमारी दुनिया वे सुखी हमारे सारे वर As we continue on with our puja, Didi, you're going to take some water into your right hand and wash your hands. Tejas, could you give your mom some paper towels, please? They're behind. Oh, never mind. He's already prepared. Om hasta prakshalanam samarpayami. Govindaya namaham. We sip water 3 times to purify the body. So put your thumb and your pointer finger together. Om amritum pastaranamasi swaha. Om amrita pirhanamasi swaha. Om Satyam Yashaha Shrimai Shri Shraitam Swaha. You wash your hands again. Om Apavitra Pavitravam Sarva Vashnam Gatopivam Yahasmerit Pundari Kaksham Sabhayabhyamtara Shuchi Om. Sorry, this is gonna bug me. Om Chandanasya Mahatpunyam Pavitram Papanashanam Aparam Harite Nityam Lakshmi Stishtate Sarvada. Just on my forehead. Okay, you're going to take some water in your left hand now. We're going to join together as we commence with Ang Sparsh as we bless the various parts of our body. Om Wang may us see us too. We ask, O Lord, by thy grace, may my tongue be ever blessed with the power of speech. Om Nasora me Prant Nurastu. We ask, O Lord, may my nostrils be blessed with healthy, vital air. Om Akshorame Chakshurastu. We ask, O Lord, may my eyes be blessed with the perfect power of vision. Om Kanyorame Shrodamastu. We ask, O Lord, may my ears be blessed with the power of hearing. Om Bahorame Balamastu. We ask, O Lord, may my arms be blessed with strength. Om Urhorame Onjovastu. We ask, O Lord, may my legs be blessed with vitality. Om Marishtani Me Angani Tanustanawame Sahasantu. We ask, O Lord, may all the other parts of my body be safe from harm, rendering them healthy and sound for life's daily work. Go ahead and take another flower in your hand. Any color is fine. And the devotees, we join together as we commence in chanting the most powerful Gayatri Mantra. Om Magakshe Varade Devi Akshare Brahma Vadini Gayatri Jagat Mata Vishwayoni Namostute. Om Bhore Bhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Bharenyam Bhargo Nevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayata. Om Bhore Bhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Bharenyam Bhargo Nevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayata. Om Bhore Bhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Bharenyam Bhargo Nevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayata. Hari Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Prem Sabor Gayatri Mata Ki Jai. You can place your flower now. Go ahead and take a red flower in your hand, and as Indira Didi does that, question for you, or at least an understanding at first, is that the Gayatri Mantra was created and formed at the beginning of creation, at the beginning of time itself. Gayatri Mantra wasn't a prayer initially. It was just a series of sounds. Om, Bhur, Bhua, Swa. It started off that way and then ended in a full prayer. So my question for you all is, how many Gayatri Mantras exist? Y'all thought there was only one. Huh? Not infinite. That's a good guess. That could be a possibility. In order for you to understand how many exist, you have to understand how many devas are in our religion. So, I have homework for everybody. This is your only religious homework for this week, because we're going to have some other homework when it comes to breathing techniques. Your religious homework for this week is to go and find at least one other Gayatri Mantra and bring it next week. And for those of you who are here, I may call on a few of you if nobody volunteers to tell me what mantra you found. I'll give you a hint. If you look at any of our past services in which we've done a full Hawan ceremony, you'll find the answer there somewhere. It's there. If you ask me at the end of service, maybe I'll give you a better hint than that. But go find a different Gayatri Mantra, or a different mantra at least, and bring it to me next week, and we'll talk about why those exist. It's a little difficult homework, but it's something that we have to learn that's important. And we hear these almost every time. With that being said, devotees, we move on to our next prayers here for that remover and destroyer of all obstacles, which I'm hoping he removes any obstacles from you in doing your homework this week, every single one of you. We offer prayers to Lord Ganesh. Om Shri Gangadapate Namaham. Om Yajananam Bhuta Ganadhi Sevitam Rapita Jambu Palachara Bhakshanam उमासुतं शोकाविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम्. At this time, devotees, I request that the Kirtan group offers one bhajan dedicated to Lord Ganesh as we commence with our puja up front at this time. You please.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jake Parvati, Pita Mahadeva, Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jake Parvati, Pita Mahadeva, Jai Ganesh Deva. लड्डुवन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा, संत करे सेवा. लड्डुवन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. मात जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा. एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, चार भुजाधारी. मात के सिंदूर सोहे मूस के सवारी, मूस के सवारी. दुखियों के दुख हरर परमानंद देवा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा. अंधन को आँख देत कुरियन को काया, कुरियन को काया. बंजन का पुत्र देत निर्जन को माया, निर्जन को माया. बहु से पार करो नाथ भजन करो तेरा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा. जो तेरा ज्ञान करो ज्ञान मिले उसको, ज्ञान मिले उसको. चौर तुझे और भला चावो में किसको, चावो में किसको. हे देवा कृपा करो कष्ट हरो मेरा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा.
Take another red flower in your hand. Devotees, we join together now as we offer our final pratana, our final prayers to Lord Ganesh. Om Vakrutunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kurumene Va Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Raksha Raksha Ganadhaksha Rakshatriloya Rakshakara Bhaktanam Bhayam Karita Trata Bhava Bhavaranavar. Om Shriman Mahaganadipatay Namam Prem se Lord Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Are there white flowers? Take one white flower. The question I have for you, devotees, and I'm not asking you to learn anything, but when do you stop learning? Never. Never. You could be as old as time itself and you're still going to learn something new. Learning never stops. But it's up to us to take the ability to learn from whatever we're involved in, whatever situation we're involved in, whatever task we're accomplishing. So as we continue to perform our prayers, and I do this every morning, Andy and I sit down every morning, we say our prayers to Lord Ganesh to remove any obstacles in our way, and then we offer our next set of prayers to Mother Saraswati. She's the bestower of knowledge and clarity of mind. We offer prayers to her, And I'm saying this because I know the kids are on spring break this week, but that doesn't mean you stop learning in any way, shape, or form. Pick up a new task, learn something new. We offer prayers to Saraswati Mata to help aid us in learning new things, but provide us with clarity of mind, so whatever knowledge we acquire this week, we can turn into wisdom. Om Mahasaraswati Namaham. Om Saraswati Mahabhange Vidye Kamalal Vuchine Vidyarupe Vishalakshi Vidyam Dehi Namostute. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Garishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Mahasaraswati Namaham. You place a flower down right there. You can take the lighter from Tejas and a pink flower in your hand. And devotees, we next offer prayers to this mother of light in this universe, this mother of monetary wealth and spiritual wealth. We offer our next set of prayers to Lakshmi Mata. Go ahead. Om Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Dana Sampadam Mama Shatru Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute. Om Namaste Astu Mahamaya Shri Pite Sarapujite Shankha Chakra Gadahaste Mahalakshmi Namostute. Take a pink flower. Om Namaste Garuda Rudhe Kula Sura Bhayankari Sarva Papa Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Sarvagye Sarva Varade Sarva Dushta Bhayankari Sarva Dukha Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murate Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Adyantarhite Devi Adya Shakti Maheshwari Yoga Jayoga Sambhote Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Sthula Sukshma Maharodri Mahashakti Mahodare Mahapapa Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Padmasana Sthite Devi Parabrahma Swarupini Parameshi Jagane Matar Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Shvetambara Devi Nana Lankar Bhushite Jagatasthiti Jagane Matar Mahalakshmi Namostute. Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Mahalakshmi Namaham. Take your flower, place it down right here in front of the diya. And then you're going to take either a red or yellow flower in your hands. I can't really see what colors there are, so perfect. And at this time, devotees, we join together as we offer prayers to that universal mother and that destroyer of all evils in heaven. We offer our prayers and obediences to Adi Shakti Durga Mata. Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durgakshama Shivadhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute. Jetvam Devi Chamunde Jai Puthartini Hardini Jai Sarvakate Devi Kalaratri Namostute. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vishnu Mayeti Shamdita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Lakshmi Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shraddha Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Pushti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Daya Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. As we pray to Mother Durga, devotees, we say, O Durga Mata, thou art the universal mother, and we your children worship you in many forms. So Ma we see was Buddhi, wisdom, Lakshmi, prosperity, Shakti, energy, Shraddha, faith, Shanti, peace, Tushti, contentment, and Daya, compassion. And as we pray to you, Ma, Namastasye, Namastasye, Namastasya Namo Namaha. We bow to thee again and again. We offer prayers, devotees to Mother Durga in the form of the Universal Mother, Matri Rupe. Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, Matri Rupe Samstita. Namastasya, Namastasya, Namastasya Namo Namah. Dehi Saubhagyam Arogyam, Dehi Me Paramam Sukham, Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi Dvasho Jahi. At this time, I request that the Kirtan group offer 1 to 2 bhajans dedicated to the Universal Mothers as we perform our puja up front.
जय 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 माता सरस्वती, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। जय 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 माता सरस्वती, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। हंसवाहिनी परमासन माता, हंसवाहिनी परमासन माता, वीणा पुस्तक धारिणी, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। जय 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 माता सरस्वती, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। तू ही दुर्गा, तू ही काली, तू ही दुर्गा, तू ही काली, तू ही माता पार्वती। सकल जगत के पालन करनी, सकल जगत के पालन करनी, विद्या बुद्धि दायिनी, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। जय 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 माता सरस्वती, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश शेष सब, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश शेष सब, तेरे ही गुणगान करे। हम सबका कल्याण करूँ माँ, हम सबका कल्याण करूँ माँ, विद्या बुद्धि दायिनी, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। जय 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 माता सरस्वती, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी।
जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता। जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता। जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता। तू सुन ले, तू सुन ले, तू सुन ले मेरे पुकार, मेरे पुकारो माता। जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता। आदि भगवती माँ तूने है, जग को जन्म दिया है। तू सावित्री, तू ही गौरी, तू ही विष्णु प्रिया है। हो ज्योति भई तेरे रूप कहे, तेरे लीला, तेरे लीला, तेरे लीला अपरंपार, अपरंपार ओ माता। जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता। तेरे दया के फल में बनती, बिगड़े काम सभी के। तू जिस चाहे नारायण की, करते कृपा उसे पे। तेरे ध्यान धरो, गुण ज्ञान करो, मेरे पूजा, मेरे पूजा, मेरे पूजा कर स्वीकार, कर स्वीकार ओ माता। जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता। तू सुन ले, तू सुन ले, तू सुन ले मेरे पुकार, मेरे पुकार ओ माता। जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता। जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता। जय जय लक्ष्मी माता, हे माता, हे माता।
ओम प्रेम से बोलो सरस्वती माता की जय। प्रेम से बोलो लक्ष्मी माता की जय। प्रेम से बोलो आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय। You can place your flowers down in front of the respective mothers. And take a red flower and then 2 or 3 other colors in your hands for the next set of prayers we will be performing, which is to the most influential beings in our life, devotees. We offer prayers to the Navgraha Devata, as we refer to them in English, the 9 planets. Om Navgraha Devataya Namaham. Brahma Murari Tripura भानु शशि भूमि सुतो बुधश्च गुरुश्च शुक्रः शनिराहु केतु सर्वे ग्रहाः शान्ति करा भवन्तु सर्वे ग्रहाः शान्ति करा भवन्तु।
ॐ नमो भगवते सूर्याय नमः।
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 सूर्याय नमः चन्द्रमाय नमः।
सूर्याय नमः चन्द्रमाय नमः।
चन्द्रमाय नमः भौमाय नमः।
चन्द्रमाय नमः भौमाय
Bhamaya Namah Buddhaya Namah
Bhamaya Namah Buddhaya Namah
Buddhaya Namah Brihaspataya Namah
Buddhaya Namah Brihaspataya Namah
Brihaspataya Namah Shukraya Namah
Brihaspataya Namah Shukraya Namah
Shukraya Namah Shanisharaya Namah
Shukraya Namah Shanisharaya Namah
Shanisharaya Namah Rahave Namah
Shanisharaya Namah Rahave Namah
Rahave Namah Ketave Namah
Rahave Namah Ketave Namah
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah
Suryaya Namah Bhaskaraaya Namah
Suryaya Namah Bhaskaraya Namah
Bhaskaraaya Namah Arityaya Namah
Bhaskaraya Namah Dityaya Namah
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah.
We join together, devotees, as we now offer prayers to that being that exists in the form of the sun and that sustainer of all life on this planet. We offer prayers to Surya Narayan Bhagwan. Om Suryaya Namaha 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 Hari Deva Namastobhyam Prasidha Mama Bhashkaram Devakar Namastobhyam Prabhakar Namostute Suryaya Namaha Suryaya Namaha Suryaya Namaha Suryaya Namaha Om Prem Samuro Navgraha Devata Ki Jai Prem Samuro Surya Narayan Bhagavan Ki Jai. Place your flower down in front of Surya Narayan Bhagavan. Okay. And now you're going to take 2 white flowers, 1 yellow flower, 1 pink flower, and a red flower. Okay. And we're going to offer our prayers now to various devatas. We start off with that being who sustains all righteousness in this universe. We start off by offering prayers to Lord Vishnu. Om Shantakaram Bhujagashyaram Padmanabham Surisham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrasham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Om Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Bhirdhyanagamyam Vanne Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvaloke Om Sashankha Chakram Sakiretha Kundhalam Sapita Vastram Sarasirudhekshanam Sahara Vakshastala Shumikaustu Bhashriyam Namami Vishnu Shirasa Chaturambhujam Namami Vishnu Shirasa Chaturambhujam. We continue by offering prayers to the 7th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. We offer prayers and obediences to Lord Rama, Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vidhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namah. We offer prayers to Mother Sita. Om Jagat Sudha Jagajanani Janaki Atashaya Priya Karunani Daniki Taki Jukapada Kamala Manao Jasu Kripa Niramala Mati Pao. We offer prayers to Hanuman Swami. Om Mano Javamaru Tatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhi Matam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanariyuthamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapathe Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapathe. And finally, devotees, we offer prayers to the 8th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. We offer prayers to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Om Dhararvindena Pararvindham Mukharvinde Vinivishrayanham Vatasya Patrasya Puti Shrayanam Balam Mukundam Manasasmarami Balam Mukundam Manasasmarami. Om Krishna Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Mukham Karoti Vachalam Bhanghum Langayati Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Om Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Muradanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. At this time, devotees, a request. We have 2 or 3 bhajans dedicated to Lord Vishnu, his various incarnations, Mother Sita, or Hanuman Swami, as we commence with our puja up front.
बनवारी रे जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे बनवारी रे जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे जूती दुनिया जूती बंधन जूती है ये माया जूती दुनिया जूती बंधन जूती है ये माया जूती सांस का आना जाना जूती है ये काया ओ यहाँ साचो तेरो नाम रे बनवारी रे जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे रंग में तेरे रंग गए गिरधर छोड़ दिया जग सारा रंग में तेरे रंग गए गिरधर छोड़ दिया जग सारा बन गे तेरी प्रेम की जोगन लेकर मन एक तारा ओ मुझे प्यारो तेरो नाम रे बनवारी रे जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे बनवारी रे जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे दर्शन तेरा जिस दिन पाओ हर चिंता मिट जाए दर्शन तेरा जिस दिन पाओ हर चिंता मिट जाए जीवन मेरा इन चरणों में आस की ज्योति जलाए ओ मेरी बाह पकड़ लो श्याम रे बनवारी रे जीने का सहारा क्या काम रे बनवारी रे जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे
He Ram, He Ram, He Ram, He Ram,
He Ram, He Ram, He Ram, He Ram,
He Ram, He Ram, He Ram, He Ram,
He Ram, He Ram, He Ram, He Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
सागर शिव ही नाय अब माता परनौ सजी गाम गुणदाता सागर शिव ही नाय अब माता परनौ सजी गाम गुणदाता संपत सोरह सैक दिशा करहु कथा हर बद हर सीसा Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
He Ram He Ram He Ram He Ram
He Ram, He Ram, He Ram, He Ram.
मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम ले लो राम मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम
मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम. मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम.
लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो जुगल चरण में ले लो राम मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम जीवन दे के जाल बिछाया रक्ष की माया नाच नचाया चिंता मेरी तभी मिटेगी चिंता मेरी तभी मिटेगी जब चिंतन में ले लो राम मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम तूने लाखों पापी तारी मेरे भारी बाजे हारी मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूजी मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूजी पद पूजन में ले लो राम मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। राम हे राम, राम हे राम, घर घर अतकू धर धर भतकू, कहा कहा अपना सरपत को। इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम तो राम हे राम, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम तो मुझे मरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम, 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 बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम। This song, this bhajan is from the movie Tulsidas.
मंगल मूर्ति राम दुलारे, आन परायब तेरे द्वारे। हे बजरंग बली हनुमान, हे महावीर करो कल्याण, हे महावीर करो कल्याण। मंगल मूर्ति राम दुलारे, आन परायब तेरे द्वारे। हे महावीर, हे बजरंग बली हनुमान, हे महावीर करो कल्याण, हे महावीर करो कल्याण। तीनों लोग तेरा उजियारा, दुखियों तो तेरा सवारा। तीनों लोग तेरा उजियारा, दुखियों तो तुम क्या सवारा। हे जगवंदन केशरी नंदन, हे जगवंदन केशरी नंदन। कष्ट हरो हे कृपानियान, कष्ट हरो हे कृपालियान। मंगल मूर्ति राम दुलारे, आन परायब तेरे द्वारे। हे बजरंग बली हनुमान, हे महावीर करो कल्याण, हे महावीर करो कल्याण। तेरे द्वारे जो भी आया, काली नहीं कोई लौटाया। तेरे द्वारे जो भी आया, दुर्गम काज भगवान हारे, दुर्गम काज भगवान हारे। मंगलमय दियो वरदान, मंगलमय दियो वरदान। मंगल मूर्ति राम दुलारे, आन परायब तेरे द्वारे। हे बजरंग बली हनुमान, हे महावीर करो कल्याण, हे महावीर करो कल्याण। तेरे सुमिरन हनुमत बीरा, नासेरो हरे सब पीरा। तेरे सुमिरन हनुमत बीरा, नासेरो हरे सब पीरा। राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। शरण परे की जय दरियान, शरण परे की जय जयनान। मंगल मूर्ति राम दुलारे, आन परायब तेरे द्वारे। हे बजरंग बली हनुमान, हे महावीर करो कल्याण, हे महावीर करो कल्याण, हे महावीर करो कल्याण।
प्रेम से बोलो विष्णु भगवान की जय, प्रेम से बोलो श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, प्रेम से बोलो सीता माता की जय, प्रेम से बोलो हनुमान स्वामी की जय, प्रेम से बोलो कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। Take a white flower again? Oh wait, no, take that purple one too. Yeah, that one. It's a good flower. Good job. Nice green thumbs. At this time, devotees, we join together as we offer prayers to the universal Father and our universal Guru. As we offer prayers that destroy all evils in our life and in this universe, we offer prayers and obediences to Lord Shiva. करुणावतारं संसार सारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयार्धवुन्ये भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि, भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। All right, Didi, go ahead and head over to the lingam with Mahendra. You can place this down right there. Om Namaha Shivaya, Om Namaha Shivaya. Brahmamurari Surarchitalingam Nirmalabhasit Shobhitalingam जनमजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलवासितशोभितलिङ्गं जनमजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं देवमुनिप्रवार्चितलिङ्गं कामदहं करुणाकरलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं सर्वसुगन्धिसुलेपितलिङ्गं बुद्धिविवर्धनकारणलिङ्गं सिंहसुरासुरवन्दितलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं कनकमहामणिभूषितलिङ्गं फणिपतिविश्रितशोभितलिङ्गं भक्षसुयन्नविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं कुङ्कुमचन्दनलेपितलिङ्गं पङ्कजहारसुशोभितलिङ्गं सञ्चितपापविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं देवमनार्चितसेवितलिङ्गं भारभक्तिभिरेवचलिङ्गं दिनकरकोटिप्रभाकरलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् अष्टधनुपरिवेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसंभवकारणलिङ्गम् अष्टधरेन्द्रविनाशितलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं सुरगुरुसुरवरपूजितलिङ्गं सुरवनपुष्पसदार्चितलिङ्गं परात्परं परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् लिङ्गष्टिकं निरम्भुन्यं यः पति शिवसन्निधौ शिवलोकभवमाप्नोदधीरं शिवेन सह मोदति ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
ॐ शिवा हरि ॐ शिवा ॐ शिवा हरि ॐ शिवा शिवा हरि ॐ शिवा ॐ शिवा हरि ॐ शिवा ॐ शिवा हरि
Shiva, Hari Om Shiva. Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva.
Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva.
Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva.
Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva.
Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva.
Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva. Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva.
Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva. Om Shiva, Hari Om Shiva.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pahima.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya. Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya.
Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya.
Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya. Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya. Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya.
Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya. Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Shiva Hari Om Shivaya. Om Shiva Hari Om Shivaya.
Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva. Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva.
Om Shiva Hari Om Shivaya. Om Shiva Hari Om Shivaya.
Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva. Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Devotees, we offer this next prayer for all those suffering from various illnesses, diseases, injuries, and ailments. We ask that they may have a fast, speedy, and full recovery. We also offer a prayer for those transitioning from this world to the next. May their passage be as smooth and straightforward. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityurmukshyo Mamrutat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityurmukshyo Mamrutat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityurmukshyo Mamrutat. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Om Kartikeya Namaha. Om Nandishwaraya Namaha. Om Vasuki Namaha. Om Shri Samba Sadha Shivaya Namaham. Prem se bolo Shiva Shankar Bhagwan ki jai. You can place your flower down in front of Lord Shiva. And devotees, for all those who have prasad charawe, could you please come forth at this time? You're good. You can stay there. Put some flowers on your prasad. Good. Alright. To the best of your ability, you're going to hold your prasad in your both hands. Make sure it's not touching the floor or the ground. We're going to be looking at the puja place. Tejas, we're going to be looking at the puja place. And we're going to focus. And we're going to offer our prasad. Om Naivedyam Grahitam Deva Bhakti Mehe Chalam Kuru Ipsitam Evaram Dehi Paratraya Parangatim Om Idam Palamaya Deva Mustapitam Pratastava Tena Me Sapalava Tira Bhavai Janmani Janmani Om Sarva Papa Haram Divyam Gangayam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanamaya Rektam Grahitam Purushottamam. Offer your prasad.
आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन 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 बिलीन की बहन सुदाम के तुंडला बिलीन की बहन सुदाम के तुंडला रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन दुर्योधन की मेवा क्या गे दुर्योधन की मेवा क्या गे साग विदुर कर कायो प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन जो कोई तुमरा भोग लगावे जो कोई तुमरा भोग लगावे सुख संपत्ति कर आवे प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन ऐसा भोग लगावे प्यारे मोहन ऐसा भोग लगावे प्यारे मोहन सब अमृत हो जाए प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन जो कोई ऐसा भोग को खावे जो कोई ऐसा भोग को खावे सब अमृत हो जाए प्यारे मोहन, आओ भोग लगाओ 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 प्यारे मोहन।
Devotees, may we all join together now as we commence enchanting our Hawan mantras. Om Agni Mile Purohitam Yajnasya Devam Rithvajam Otadamaratnadhatamam Agni Devaya Namaham. Ready? Om, we offer both Samagri and the ghee. Om Prajapate Swaha Idam Prajapati Idam Namama. Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idam Namama. Om Aganaye Swaha Idam Aganaye Idam Namama. Om Somaya Swaha Idam Somaya Idam Namama. Om Bhu Swaha Idam Aganaye Idam Namama. Om Bhuva Swaha Idam Vayave Idam Namama. Om Swaha Swaha Idam Suryaya Idam Namama. Om Suryaya Namaha Swaha Idam Suryaya Idam Namama. Om Chandraya Namaha Swaha
Idam Chandraya Idam Namama.
Om Bhaumaya Namaha
Swaha Idam Bhaumaya Idam Namama.
Om Buddhaya Namaha
Swaha Idam Buddhaya Idam Namama.
Om Brihaspati Namaha
Swaha Idam Brihaspati Idam Namama.
Om Shukraya Namaha
Swaha Idam Shukraya Idam Namama.
Om Shanishtaraya Namaha
Swaha Idam Shanishtaraya Idam Namama.
Om Rahave Namaha
Swaha Idam Rahave Idam Namama.
Om Ketave Namaha
Swaha Idam Ketave Idam Namama.
Om Ganeshaya Namaha
Swaha
Om Mahagauriye Namaha
Swaha
Om Mahasaraswati Namaha
Swaha
Om Mahalakshmiye Namaha
Swaha
Om Mahadurgaye Namaha Om Gurave Namaha Om Brahmane Namaha Om Vishnuve Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Ramaya Namaha
Swaha
Om Sithaya Namaha
Swaha
Om Hanumate Namaha
Swaha
Om Krishnaya Namaha
Swaha
Om Shivaya Namaha
Swaha
Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha
Swaha
Om Sarvebhyo Pitribhyo Namaha
Swadaha
Om Bhuri Bhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha Om Bhuri Bhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha Om Bhuri Bhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha. Take everything together and please stand as we commence with our final offering, known as Puranahuti. This is Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnata Purnamrachite Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Vadhanam Divodatim Pratibhaha Swanaramat Ajatam Agnim Bhavingvam Samrajatitim Jananamasanapatram Chaninti Deva Swaha Om Sarvam Gvai Puranagvam Swaha Om Sarvam Gvai Puranagvam Swaha Om Sarvam Gvai Puranagvam Swaha. Do we take blessings from Agni the Devata? Om Tanapagani Asi Tanva me pahi. Om Marioragani Sadyur me dehi. Om Varachuragani Si Varachu me dehi. Om Magnayan me Tanvaradam Tanma Pruna. Om Teju Si Tejamai dehi. Om Virimasi Virimai dehi. Om Balamasi Balamai dehi. Om Ojasi Ojamai dehi. Om Manyurasi Manyumai dehi. Om Sahosi Sahumai dehi. Om Shanti Rastu Pushti Rastu Brithi Rastu Irapapram Tatetumastu Dviparej Tushpare Sura Shanthira Bhavatu Achmanyam Om Sarva Papa Harim Divyam Gangeyam Nirmalam Janam Achmanamayatam Grhetam Purushotamam Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Prem Smaragni Devata Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hai Shraddha Krishna Hai Bhakti Krishna Hai Vishwas
Krishna Hai Shraddha Krishna Hai Bhakti Krishna Hai Vishwas
Krishna ka bande sumiran kar le Krishna hai tere paas Krishna ka bande sumiran kar le Krishna hai tere paas Krishna hai Shraddha Krishna hai Bhakti Krishna hai Vishwas Krishna hai Shraddha Krishna hai Bhakti Krishna hai Vishwas Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare जब जब स्मरण हरि भक्तों ने उनके पास अब आया जब जब स्मरण हरि भक्तों ने उनके पास अब आया हर संकट को हरने हर के मन सब के हर्षाया हर संकट को हरने हर के मन सब का हर्षाया सच्चे भक्तों के पादों का बनते कलता नाश सच्चे भक्तों के पादों का पलने कलता नाश कृष्णा का बंदे सुमिरन कर ले कृष्णा है तेरे पास कृष्णा का बंदे सुमिरन कर ले कृष्णा है तेरे पास कृष्णा है श्रद्धा कृष्णा है भक्ति कृष्णा है विश्वास कृष्णा है श्रद्धा कृष्णा है भक्ति कृष्णा है विश्वास हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. श्रद्धा से भक्ति मिलती है, भक्ति से भगवान। श्रद्धा से भक्ति मिलती है, भक्ति से भगवान। करके इसका विश्वास पानी, गीता का है ज्ञान। करके इसका विश्वास पानी, गीता के हर ज्ञान। दर्शन नारायण शरणा तुम्हारे, तूने कर दो आस। दर्शन नारायण शरण तुम्हारे, तूने कर दो आस। कृष्णा का बंदे सुमिरन कर ले, कृष्णा है तेरे पास। कृष्णा का बंदे सुमिरन कर ले, कृष्णा है तेरे पास। कृष्णा है श्रद्धा, कृष्णा है भक्ति, कृष्णा है विश्वास। कृष्णा है श्रद्धा, कृष्णा है भक्ति, कृष्णा है विश्वास। हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे, हरे राम, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
Devotees, before we commence with our sermon for today, we offer prayers to Lord Ganesh to remove any obstacles that may exist within our way to learning this material. We offer prayers to Mother Saraswati to provide us with clarity of mind so we can turn this knowledge into wisdom, and we offer prayers to our Guru who laid the paths before us so we can sit to learn from the scriptures for today. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Purumini Va Sarvakarishu Sarvada Om Saraswati Namasobhyam Varare Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurue Namah. Prem se bolo Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai, Prem se bolo Saraswati Mata ki jai, Prem se bolo Guru Deo ki jai. Before we talk about the Srimad Bhagavad Puran, devotees, I had promised you that I would give you advice on things that would help you perform a puja. Now, this is somewhat related to a puja, but who in here suffers from allergies? A lot of people suffer from allergies. Who in here has ever played a sport in their life? Who in here has ever had to run down the road for whatever reason or another? Okay. What do these things have in common? Oh my gosh, she said it already. Breathing. Somebody said exercise, which is close. In order for us to do these things successfully, we have to breathe. We have to practice breathing and learn how to breathe. I know I talked about this a lot. I've been doing a lot of research at home in the evening times when my baby's trying to crawl on me and trying to rip my books out of my hands. There is a Vedic way in which we can practice breathing. So what are the three things that you need in order to have better breathing? We need capacity, we need clarity, and we need strength. Those are the three different things. Now, I'm saying strength, and I'm not talking about how much weight I can lift. I'm talking about the strength and the elasticity of my lungs. So, we talk about capacity first. And like I said, there's a Vedic way for us to learn and practice breathing at home. And this is your religious homework for this week, is to practice these things. By doing these things, not only will your lung capacity increase, your nasal passages will clear up, and it will help with some of those allergies. I've been doing it all week, and for the first time in about a week, I can actually breathe through both nostrils without having to use any medication or Claritin or whatever. So capacity first. Capacity just means we need to be able to hold as much air in as possible. So for capacity, you need to be able to sit up straight. I read this quote today, is that if you're reading this line, you're slouching and you look like a croissant. So don't look like a croissant. Be straight. Straight up. You breathe in as much as you can through your mouth. Hold it for 3 seconds. Exhale slowly through your nose. Anybody want to take a stab as to why we exhale through our nose but inhale through our mouth? Just says no. You get more air from a wider space, that's your mouth surface area, and you have to learn control to go through your nose. If air comes too fast through your nose, what happens? You get stifled, it's a little bit painful, but whatever's in there comes out really fast, and ain't nobody wants to see that, right? So you make sure you inhale through your mouth, exhale slow, hold it for 3 seconds, and then exhale through your nose slowly. And it's going to take some time. Now, over time, the amount that you have to hold your breath is going to increase. And the reason for that is because your lungs work like a balloon. Over time, that elasticity will increase. And as you hold your breath for a longer period of time, what are you doing with all that air that you filled up into your lungs? It's going to slowly start to relax your lungs and expand the capacity that you need. Now, I'm not saying go a minute without breathing. I think the max you should probably do this for is probably 5. If you can do it 10 seconds. You will get dizzy after a while, but you want to practice this for about a minute per day, right? 1 to 2 minutes, just inhaling all the way, holding it, and exhaling. So what that's going to do is increase the capacity that your lungs are able to hold. For singers, that's really important. You want to be able to sing with consistent breath, with as much air as possible. So that's consistent. That's what we call capacity. The second part is called clarity. Now, what does clarity mean? Can you breathe in a room full of smog? No. Can you breathe very successfully if one nose is clogged? I think some of Jack says yes, he's impressive. Some of us experience this at home where we have one nostril that's blocked, and when we lay on that side it stays blocked, but when we roll over to the other side, what happens? All the liquid drains to the other side and the other side gets blocked. So if we don't have clear nasal passages, can we breathe successfully? No. No. You and I are going to have a talk about anatomy a little while, Jack. This next one is very important because what this is going to do is help with the clarity of breathing, but also start to clear our nasal passages. The first time you do this, you're going to realize how bad your nostrils are clogged up. You're going to take your thumb and your ring finger, and what you're going to do is hold it on your nose, just like that. So what you're going to do, take your thumb, hold it on your right nostril, inhale through your left, plug it, exhale through the right. Now inhale through the right, plug it, exhale through the left. How many of us realize how clogged one nose is versus the other? Yeah. If I didn't do this earlier, I would have sounded like a lawnmower. It's just really bad. So this is providing clarity. What it's doing is clearing out our nostrils. What clears out liquid in the best way, shape, or form? From a scientific perspective. Salt water. No. That's close, right? That's the cheat way of doing it. We can buy a saline spray. Pressure. Pressure is what cleans out the nose. How do you clean out your nose without saline? You blow it. And where does that blow? That breath, that's air that's coming out. So what we're doing is we're using air to not only clean out our nasal passages, but also ensure that we have a proper airflow. Air doesn't know where to flow unless we tell it where to flow. And we can't tell it where to flow because how many ports do we have to inhale through? 1, 2, 3. If you've got more, then you're impressive. We need to study. But we want to make sure that we're getting through our nose. So inhale. And again, the reason we use the ring finger in the hand is because that's helping us push our hand upwards. If I plug down here, I'm down. If I put it up here and I hold, what's opening up right here? My neck, my airway. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That's going to teach you clarity. Now the last thing we need is strength. This one is the funniest of them all. It's going to make you giggle, but it's also the one that's the most dangerous because it can make you pass out. When we talk about strength of blowing, where does the strength of air come from? You can say your lungs, but that's going to be wrong. Your gut, and a little higher above the gut. What sits in between the gut? Yeah, and the lungs, the diaphragm. That's what causes a hiccup. A hiccup is when your diaphragm starts to convulse, contract. It has spasm. That's what causes a hiccup. Now, a good singer will know you sing from here, your diaphragm. You don't sing from here. You don't sing from here. And you definitely don't sing from here. You sing from here. So your next task is to shallow breath, just a little bit of air in your lungs, and push all the air out with your diaphragm. Now, you got to squeeze right here with that diaphragm. It's going to hurt. You're going to feel it. Your stomach should go in because you're letting air out. Flex right here. So you'll feel where your rib cage is. Everybody knows where the rib cage is. Does it hurt already? No? And what you're going to want to do is make sure you squeeze and push with the air right here. So stomach goes in. This part comes out. Now, a lot of us are going to try and we're going to go. And the air is going to be really rough and tough to get out. But the moment you build that strength up. Now, how have I been practicing this? Andy loves to have air blown in her face. So I just sit there and I go. And she goes. So it works for me. I have a way to entertain myself while doing it. But strength is another key component when it comes to how we control our air. If I don't have strength in my lungs, can I talk very successfully? Can I sing very successfully? No. Strength comes, and all of this becomes important when we're learning to sing and pray. Do you realize when I do Om Namah Shivaya, I don't just go, Om Namah Shivaya. If I had a lot of strength, a lot of capacity, if I was breathing with clarity, and if I was using the strength and breathing from here, instead of it going out as Om Namah Shivaya, it comes out with more bass. I push out. Om Namah Shivaya. The only way you become a better singer is learning that strength. Can you hit low notes if you don't have air? No, it takes a lot of air to go. And do you have the ability to hit high notes if you don't have strength to your lungs? No. That all comes from flexing the diaphragm. So, you have a homework this week. Each one of these things you've got to do for a minute. Capacity, inhale, exhale. Clarity, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then strength. If it helps you, lift your... I'm not going to do it here because I've got a tummy. You lift your shirt up and look at your stomach and make sure that your stomach is actually going in like this as you exhale. Okay? That 1 minute one, that last one, the reason it's dangerous is because you can do it fast. This is going to hurt. You're going to feel like you want to throw up. And if you do it too fast, you're going to lose a lot of air and you'll feel lightheaded. So take your time with that one. It's practice. 3 minutes. That's all we're asking for. All right. That's Vedic ways of breathing. There's another 6 techniques. I'm only going over 3 today because 3 is like a kind of golden number for memorization of information. I need my glasses again. Look at what my breath did. It opened the door. Now, a couple of weeks ago, devotees, we had dwelled in the Srimad Bhagavad Puran. Remember, we were in chapter 6 of book 2, which talks about the hymn of the original person confirmed. And when we spoke last time from this specific chapter, we heard the following from Lord Brahma to Narad. Bhagavatam Puran, Srimad Bhagavatam Puran,
Bhagavatam Puran, Srimad Bhagavatam Puran,
Bhagavatam Puran, Srimad Bhagavatam Puran. Shri Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Puran.
Bhagavatam Shri Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Puran.
Bhagavatam Puran. Srimad Bhagavatam Puran.
Bhagavatam Puran, Srimad Bhagavatam Puran,
Srimad Bhagavatam Puran.
Srimad Bhagavatam Puran.
So we talk about the creation of the world, or this world that exists that we live in is just the embodiment of Bhagwan himself. And last time what we talked about is that in this realm that we live in, All good beings, all bad beings, every being exists within this realm. So, is the person who sits next to me, are their problems easier than my problems? Are they worse than my problems? Possibly. They're different. They're different. We have no reason to judge anybody in this world that we live in or exist in, because we're all fighting the same battles, but we all live in the same world. We all live in the same Bhagwan. So we need to be working equally towards one another. But then, as Bhagwan continues, as Brahma continues to talk about the creation of the world, he starts talking about how this world manifests and what we do to live and perform, what we need to perform. He says, first and foremost in verse 23, when I took birth from the lotus flower sprouting from the navel of the great person, I had next to the personal limbs of the original person nothing to perform sacrifices with. So when I was created, I had nothing to perform sacrifices with. What do we perform a sacrifice? What is sacrifice? How do you say that in Sanskrit or in Hindi? How do you say it? We've heard it before. Yajna. Yajna, it's a sacrifice. Now, can you perform a sacrifice without any of the materials here? Not necessarily. You can try to do manas puja, right? And that's the closest we can get to God, is that manifestation in our minds. But we don't have anything to do puja with here unless somebody provides it, brings it. So, he says that I had nothing to perform sacrifices with. When I was born with nothing. Who here is born with everything? Anybody in this room was born with everything? Tejas says yes. You were born with the wealth that you needed to survive throughout this life. You were born with all the food you're ever going to need to consume. You were born with all your teeth, all your eyes, all your hair. We would hope all the eyes. What is needed for performance of sacrifices are matters such as flowers and leaves, burning materials such as straw, an altar, and also a framework of time, a calendar, for following the qualities of nature. One needs utensils, grains, fuel, which specifically says ghee, clarified butter, sweetener, which specifically says honey, capital, or money, gold, a fireplace, earth, water, and the scriptures, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and at least 4 officiating persons, O pious ones. It also involves the invocation of holy names and mantras, rewards, vows, and a particular scripture for the purposes and processes of all Godhead in question. By my use of the limbs of the Supreme Person, I managed to arrange these ingredients and gradually, with compensations and presentations, attain my goal in worship of the demigods. Well equipped, engaging with all the ingredients, I thus, with the limbs of the original person, enjoyer of all sacrifices, the Supreme Personality was the worship for the Supreme Lord. I used the things that were created by Bhagwan to sacrifice them to worship Bhagwan. Can we take an object that's intended for a specific purpose and use it in an unintended way? Yes. Is it always a good thing to do? Now, you want to know what my best example that I can give you all is? We're not going to talk Q-tips. No, not Q-tips. Although that's a good example. I'm going to give you a more religious example. Pan. So what do we use pan leaves for in puja? We use them to put murtis on. We use them to put the devas on. We use them to make our tambulam, things that are refreshing, things that will clean the breath. We use them to offer various foods, fruits, etc. That's what we use it for. What has pan more traditionally been, no, I shouldn't say traditionally, in the last number of years, what has pan been used more for? Eating, chewing, tobacco, the consumption of things that take us further away from God. So something that was created for the use of puja has been turned into something that's used to kind of deter and degrade the body. You'll hear it and see it in India. They'll put tobacco and betel nut and all these other things, and then the guys will start chewing on it. They'll keep it in here, and they'll suck on it and spit and suck and spit and suck and spit. And that ends up causing cankers, sores, cancer in the mouth. It's a very non-Vedic way of using a very Vedic material. Now, Tejas said Q-tips earlier. That's also another example. Should we be using Q-tips to clean our ears? No, we should not be. An example I have from work is something called a Penrose drain. What are drains typically meant to? Sarah, what are drains meant for? Drain out fluid. That's what a drain is meant to do. Bariatric surgeons will use a Penrose drain to tie the stomach over back behind the spine to the esophageal wall so they have enough room to do their work within the stomach cavity. Do you think a Penrose drain was intended or created for that purpose? Do you think it's caused complications because of that? Yeah, it's been left inside of people. It's caused different kinds of ulcers. It's all caused restrictions to the line. It's even caused spinal fractures, which have left people paralyzed. So we have items that are intended for use that we're using off-brand. We shouldn't be using them off-brand. Same thing with our religious puja items here. Shouldn't be using those things off-brand. We shouldn't be using our thalis to serve meat and all these non-Vedic things. We shouldn't be using our pan leaves to do all of these bad things with them. We shouldn't be using our flowers and our fruits for unsacred purposes, especially if we got it for here. So that's why whenever we offer food and fruits here, when you go home, you really shouldn't be, we shouldn't be doing it here if we char away food. We shouldn't be eating with a char. We shouldn't be eating with pepper. That's something I've let slide for years. That's something all pundits have let slide for years. But anything that's offered as satvik must be consumed as satvik. So if I send you rice from Mandir, are you going to go eat that with chicken curry? No, don't use it off-brand. Okay, so anything that's created for God, everything that was created for God to be offered by God is meant for that purpose, for this sacrifice. And when we use it off-brand, we're sinning. Now we're taking those pieces of God and using them from the wrong thing. We're using God for the wrong purpose. What's up? What is the what? I'll tell you, it's just a long tube, like a long rubbery tube. You can Google it. Where was I here? By the use of my limbs do that. According to the example, your brothers and 9 masters of living creatures compare. With proper ritual performance, sacrifices for the satisfaction of both the manifestation and non-manifestation personalities. And following those schools or demigods, also the Manus, the fathers of mankind, in due course of time, were to worship him, and so did the other great sages, forefathers, scholars, opponents, and mankind at large. With the entire cosmos situated in him, Narayan, the personality of Godhead, he who is self-sufficient in his transcendentance, for the sake of creation, maintenance, and destruction, has accepted the material illusion in the form of the different, most powerful manifestations. According to his will, I create under his order, Shiva destroys, and he in the form of the original person maintains the entire universe as the controller of the 3 energies. The main supreme person has split himself into 3 energies, the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer. We worship those energies. We exist within those energies. But again, we use everything those energies are giving us to perform our sacrifices and rituals. Now, the big key draw that we're going to take from here, because this is verse 32, is that whenever we perform puja, whenever we're using these materials here, don't use them off-brand. Can you do a puja incorrectly? You sure can. You sure can. How do you know you're doing a puja incorrectly? Somebody's going to tell you. Somebody's got to tell you you're doing it wrong. So in Indira Didi and I had a conversation up here about how we offer water. Now when we perform Hawan, we know this. We take a fresh spoonful of ghee and offer it every time we say swaha. We don't lift a spoon, melt it, and then offer every single time. It's supposed to be a fresh spoon. We call it fresh serving. Right? That, I don't remember what the Sanskrit word is, but it's called fresh serving. So when we're offering water here, you don't take one spoonful of water and go circle, 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 circle. You're supposed to scoop, circle, scoop, circle, scoop, circle. We're supposed to take fresh servings every single time we do something. I didn't know this until this week, but even when we're offering powder, so if I'm offering powders to the mothers, I can't take chandan and go 1, 2, 3. I've got to take chandan 1, chandan 2, chandan 3. I've got to offer fresh servings every single time, or fresh things every single time. So the things that we're learning here, the things that we denote, the things that we have, these are all for our sacrifices. Can you afford every single thing to perform every single sacrifice? No, not necessarily. Do we have fresh madar flowers every week for Lord Shiva? Do we have neem leaves to offer the mothers? Do we have 9 naudar for the different mothers? No. And it's because of limitations. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. But if you have it here, you've got to use it correctly. And that's the key driving force. Further on in verse 33, because we just said 32. Lord Brahma continues to explain further. Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
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 Bhagavatam Shri Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Shri Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Srimad Bhagavatam
Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Bhagavatam Purnam.
Lord Brahma continues to tell Nara that there's one thing that exists outside of the Supreme Lord. Can you all guess what that one thing that exists outside of the Supreme Lord is? Lord Brahma tells Narad it's something you'll learn next week. Prem se Bolo Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Devotees, with that being said, may we all please stand for final art. Remember, you have access to this stuff online. You can go look up the answer if you want to. But I've already given you 2 pieces of homework. Oh, it's nicer to hear. Ha ha ha. Come on, Tejas. What are you doing, Tejas?
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Jano ke sankat Bhakt Jano ke sankat Shan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare Jo jwave pal pave dukh vinase man ka Swami dukh vinase man ka Sukh sampati gar aave Sukh sampati gar aave Kasht mite tan ka Om Jai Jagadish Hare मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण कहूँ जिसकी स्वामी शरण कहूँ जिसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा तुम बिन और न दूजा आस करूँ किसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं मूर्ख कल कामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो बरता ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम हो एक गोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति किस विध मिलो दया में किस विध मिलो दया में तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे अपने हाथ उतारो अपने हाथ उतारो द्वार पर तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा स्वामी पाप हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ संतन के सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तन मन धन सब कुछ तेरा, स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा। तेरा तुझको अर्पण, तेरा तुझको अर्पण, क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, 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 गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो। राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, 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 गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल 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 बोलो। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, 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 हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
Go ahead and take a flower in your hand, Didi. And at this time, devotees, we join together now as we go ahead and clasp our hands and close our eyes. Remember what we talked about with breathing. Take a deep breath in, fill your lungs all the way up. And as you exhale, relax your spine, drop your shoulders, relax your neck, your forehead, relax your entire body. With your eyes remaining closed, devotees, I want you to focus on a form of Bhagwan that's most pleasing to you. One that helps you concentrate and focus, and join together with me as we chant our closing prayers. Om Sarveshu सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु सर्वेषां शान्ति भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ सर्वे सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तहीनं जनार्दनं यत्यपूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं धरस्तु मे पापोऽहं पापकर्माहं पापोऽत्मा पापसम्भवा त्राहि मम पुण्डरीकाक्षं सर्वपापो हरो हरि ॐ त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युमामृतं गमय हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम devotees may we all please bow ओम गुरुर ब्रह्मा गुरुर विष्णु गुरुर्देव महेश्वरा गुरुर साक्षात् परम ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः ओम ध्यान शांति रामधारिक्षागम शांति पृथ्वी शांतिरापा शांति औषधय शांतिर्वनस्पति शांतिर विश्वदेव शांतिर्ब्रह्मा शांतिर सर्वेगम शांतिर्शांतिरेव शांति सामा शांतिरेधि हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम तत्सत प्रेम से बोलो गणेश भगवान की प्रेम से बोलो आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माता की प्रेम से बोलो विष्णु भगवान की प्रेम से बोलो शिव शंकर भगवान की प्रेम से बोलो शिव शक्ति मंदिर की प्रेम से बोलो सनातन धर्म की nope I won't accept it we're gonna do it again प्रेम से बोलो सनातन धर्म की yeah that's better we talked about breathing and you're all like I'll blame it on allergies that's okay devotees with this we've come to the end of our Sunday morning satsang again today being April 2nd 2023 just a few announcements I see that there's a few people watching. We don't have anybody chatting, but Sita Ram to those of you who are watching as well. Just a few announcements here in regards to our calendar. So this week, devotees, on April 5th, that is Wednesday, will be the period or the event known as Hanuman Jayanti. We don't have anybody signed up to sit down, and I'm actually working, and I have an announcement for you all here in a second about this. I'm actually going to be in Macon on that day. So we will be doing a virtual service. I will be traveling back up to Fayetteville from Macon, and we will be starting service promptly at 6 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday, April 5th. The reason I'm going down to Piedmont, Macon is because I got notice on Thursday that, and I didn't apply for this, the program that I've started at Piedmont has escalated with the amount of hospitals we have. So I am the first nationally accredited root cause analysis program manager in the nation. And what that means is that I'm allowed to, I have to, in order for us to maintain that, I have to start training nurses and providers in simulated training courses to give them GME credits and to give them nursing and provider credits. So I've got to attain and get 20 credits out of the way before May comes along. So April 5th is going to be my first one. I've got to go do that in Macon for 2 hours with a room full of 150 providers. So that'll be fun. We'll see how that goes. And then the other announcement I have, and again, I'm tooting my own horn here a little bit, and I mentioned this when we did our Ram Navami Puja. It has been 13 years. I didn't do RT. I don't think I did RT. Yeah, oh, I did. Never mind then. Never mind. That's what happens when you're not focusing on the task, everybody. I took a vow when I was 11 years old because that's when I did my Janeo. So back in 2001, when I did my Janeo, we were outside playing basketball, and I don't know what struck a chord with me, but I was resonating with what was happening religious with me so much that I just told everybody on the spot that day that I wanted to become a pundit. I was 11 years old. Maybe I didn't know exactly what I was talking about, but something destined me to be here today. And on Ram Navami Day, which was March 30th, that date, 13 years ago, I had sat down and performed my first full ever puja and was granted the title by my godfather to become a pundit on my own accord. So for the last 13 years, I've represented this mandir and I've represented this community as the pundit. And honestly, there's nothing in my life that has been a greater honor and a greater opportunity than to serve this community to become a pundit, because it's taught me a few things. One, it's taught me about my own religion. Two, it's taught me about leadership. But three, it's taught me about humility. And I think as a leader and as somebody who works in the community, humility is a really great thing. Pride has to be eliminated from this position. That level of power that you think you have has to also be gone, because you're not telling people what to do, but you're guiding them towards a connection closer to God. So in the last 13 years, I've learned so much about being a good leader, but most importantly, being a good person. And that's thanks to all of you allowing me to sit here, talk to you, discuss with you, but also just be thorough and be religious in a way that it connects to us spiritually, but also personally. So the last 13 years have been an absolute pleasure. I didn't realize it was 13 years until I was talking to my family about it on Thursday night. So again, thank you to every single one of you who's continued to make this Mandir what it is, continue to do all the things that we do here. And I hope to serve you guys for at least another 13 years. I'm going for like maybe 50. I don't know when I'm going to retire, but it's not going to be anytime soon. I promise you that one. And with that being said, devotees, I have no other announcements. We do have another event that's coming up in April. That is Sita Jayanti. That's on Saturday, April 29th. We will be doing a celebration for that, but here in the Monday on that regular Sunday morning satsang, we'll have a special sermon and do a very unique sort of puja on that date. So again, that is Saturday, April 29th. And with that being said, devotees, I have no other announcements. It's supposed to be a wonderful week. Tomorrow's supposed to be kind of gross, so you all drive out safe out there. Stay safe. Have a great week. And to every single one of you, until I see you next Sunday, Jai Sita Ram. I'll now pass the microphone to my godson, who is our president in training, and one of my most favorite people in the world, Jack, who is our president in training, for a few more announcements. Come over this way just a little bit so you're in the camera. There you go. Good job.
Thank you, Babaji, for that introduction. First of all, thank you all for coming. I know it's a beautiful day out. Like Pun said, it's going to be a little bit rainy tomorrow, so please be safe as you're driving around. Kids that are on spring break, don't do anything stupid that's going to get you in trouble. Can't explain that more. I don't think there's any birthdays from the past week. Nothing we need to celebrate here, I know. Let's shoot another building. That's it. Pass over to Jack.
No.
Thank you, gentlemen. Sita Ram, everyone. I'm glad that Pandit finally realized the true trait of a leader is that it's not about the it's not about the title, or it's not about what you do, but how you do it. So Pandit, congratulations on how many years? 13 years? Wow. So let's give Pandit a round of applause. And that's the glue of holding our community together, our mandir together. So, may the Almighty continue to shower His blessing upon you. By Mike and by Jane, congratulations on your anniversary last month. I know you all celebrated your anniversary. How many years is that now? 52? Mike, Jane, I know it's like more like in the 30s, right? But Mike told me it felt like only yesterday. So, all right. So you all enjoy it. Shane, now that you are a happily married man, I got an advice for you, right? So yesterday, Auntie Nidra and I were in Walmart shopping, and after we finished shopping and paid for our whatever she was buying, not me, she was buying, right? We were walking out, and there was this place called, what was it, a nail salon with big overstuffed chair, and it was packed with people, and all these people were getting their pedicure and manicure and stuff. And she turned and she looked to me and she said, "You see how much money I'm saving you? I don't ask for a pedicure, I don't ask for a manicure, I don't go to the hairdresser." And then we took 5 steps forward as we were exiting the door. And she said, "Oh, by the way, I need my lamp cone." And I said, "There goes all the savings," right? So when you think that you're saving in one end, it's not, it's going out the other side of the door, right? So just a little bit of, wisdom to impart on you there, so. Well, thank you all very much again. I came home Thursday night at around 9:45, 10, and I was rushing to the puja room. And the director said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to the, isn't puja still on?" And he said, "Puja is finished and Avi already left for home." So I said, "What?" So because of a number of reasons, and you hear Panditji said that he's going to be in Macon, and the traveling distance and everything else, we're going to do virtual puja, Hanuman Jayanti, this Tuesday. So please tune in promptly at 6 o'clock. With that, we have Bojan in the back room. Please partake in Bojan. Mahindra is cooking back there. So thank you all very much.